It's that time, folks. It is time for the final of this wave of the Masters of the Universe Masterverse Revelation. This is Prince Adam from the show, not to be confused with the TV show. This is from the Netflix Kevin Smith era. There's all the other guys I have done. And there he is. And there you go. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Spoilers, if you have not seen this, he's the heroic secret identity of He-Man. In that series, some stuff happens. That's all I'm going to say. Now, this is where I'm going to get into my spoilery McSpoiler category, because this character is one that has a lot that he could do that would be very interesting. And I hope they do it. Starting with the fact that he, yet again, spoilers for Revelation. If you have not watched that, go watch it. It's good, regardless of what neckbeards say. You do have to I do agree, you do kind of have to watch it all in one go. The way they cut it was real dumb, and it made it seem like the show was going to be a completely different show than what we got. But it was the show that was promised. If you saw the previous posts, etc. So, Prince Adam here. He dies in the show. He sacrifices himself to. Hey, look, he comes with fists. Of all the characters, he should come with like a goblet or something. So he dies in the series and goes to Preternia, I think is what they called it. And Preternia is essentially, it's been a minute since I watched it. It's essentially heaven for warriors. It's Valhalla, if you will. So you could only go there if you were a warrior, kind of a deal. And everyone else who dies goes somewhere else, or not. Recycled into the universe, which honestly I kind of think is the coolest way to do a religion. So if anybody's got one of those universes where you're recycled until your soul is recycled until you die a warrior, hit me up because I'm in. So anyway, this is Prince Adam from that show. When he goes to Preternia, he is the only of the He-Man guys that are there that uses his actual human form, and his Wee Man is what they call him, which is kind of funny. I think that's what they call him. That's also the guy from Jackass, but I think that's what they call him. This figure is kind of basic. It is a new mold. Don't really know what else they're going to use this for. You can pop the hands out, so he does have the two fists that I was talking about, but I don't really like either of those, so we're not going to put the fists in this. He does have waist articulation and a top here. I don't know what else they're going to use this mold for. Being aligned where they just reuse molds like beyond belief. This is refreshing, but I'm also like, what are they going to use this for? So I'm hoping that we get some reuse of this. I don't know, like maybe Count Marzo or one of those guys from the old series. Because there were a lot of characters that were just like, this is me. Hey, bro. So there are a lot of thinner dudes in the old series, which is playing behind here. As weird as it is. So he does have a boot cut with rocker ankle swivel. They didn't change anything there. He does have pinless double jointed legs, which is always appreciated. But the forearms are only single jointed. This is where I have problems. So this is like a soft rubber. That's fine. But as He-Man, you gotta have every single He-Man do this. And it looks like that we're getting it. He comes with his basic power sword. Sword of the power. Here, so he can do it. Look at that. Where not every He-Man figure can do this. Like, there are certain things that you have to have in a He-Man figure, and that's one of them. Now the other cool thing is that he comes with this, which is a glowing, sparkly sword. And if you look, it's not just on the one part. It's also like inside of it, so it has some depth. I love this. This is wonderful. Give us more of this. Give us She-Ra stuff. Give us an entire figure that looks like this, and I'm going to be happy. So he can call upon the power and do that. Now, what I was getting into for the series is my thoughts on the series were that it's kind of my feeling is that it was going to bridge the gap between Master of the Universe and New Adventures. And a lot of people are like, no, New Adventures is completely different. But then, so I theorized that was the whole point of it. At the end, spoilers again, Skeletor gets like tech stuff poured in him, and he turns more mechanical. Now he doesn't look like the New Adventure Skeletor, but now he is a techno Skeletor called Skeletech. At least that's what they were calling him. That's leading right up to it. And the fact that he chooses not to take his He-Man form makes even more sense because he's in New Adventures, he's not He-Man. He's just a more grown-up version of Adam with a ponytail mullet thing for some reason. So I'm thinking that's the route that the Kevin Smith crew is going to go. I'm hoping that it is. Who knows? We may or may not get that. We might get completely different stuff. But I was pretty on the ball, guessing a lot of stuff from that series. So we're gonna give it a maybe, a hard maybe on the on that being what actually happens. Now, if you see here, I did swap out his head. He does come with a laughing one. And this is where I was saying the two fists don't make as much sense for him, especially since I think they're new. These could also be just the girl hands. Again, female hands have smaller ones. But I feel like he should have had like a goblet or something. So I'm going to have to try to find a goblet here for him. He also has nowhere to store his sword, which is also a bit of an annoyance. Like, how's he supposed to? Yeah. Let's take a look at this sword in hand. It's kind of bendy, so that's actually nice. But it is supposed to be when he's calling the power. I have the power to laugh. Great figure. Glad to see some new stuff in here. Hopefully we get a Randor and a Marlena in this line. But a lot of the characters from the old series actually kind of look like this, except for Prince Adam. So that's kind of funny in itself. Now I'm sure we're going to get a new Eternia Adam, and he's going to be a buff dude eventually. So if you're not looking for it, leave this for somebody else, or make a custom out of it. There's tons of customs that you can use this for. I feel like if they ordered a lot of these, Skeletor probably going to sell first, then the other two. Ugh. And we're just going to be stuck with a bunch of Prince Adams on the shelf. So I will gladly buy those for like $7 and make some customs, make some dudes, and have some fun. Yet again, you can swap the heads. They are okay head sculpts. They do kind of look like the show, which might turn some people off. I'm just glad to get a new mold in this line, because it was starting to get stale, very stale. So we've got some new stuff now. Whether we get anything else from this ever again, it's debatable. But hopefully, if you like this, please like, subscribe, comment. Until next time, I'm Alpha Magnus. These are toys. Get over yourself.